3 weeks after her husband passed away, Sarah sat down at the table to open the mail. And what she found had changed everything. The sympathy cards had stopped coming. The phone wasn't ringing as much. Family had gone back home. But the bills keep coming. The mortgage, the car payment, the utilities, the credit cards. And in that moment, Sarah realized something that too many families figure out too late. Grief doesn't stop the bills, and love doesn't automatically equal protection. Hi, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jessie Tello, family protection expert, and my mission is simple: to educate, to empower, and to protect. And today's video is part of our True Family Stories series, stories that highlight the real-life financial and emotional struggles families face when protection wasn't fully in place. Because sometimes the hardest part doesn't happen at the hospital. It doesn't even happen at the funeral. It happens afterwards when the family is trying to figure out how to survive financially without the person they loved. Most people think about loss emotionally, as of course they should, but many families don't realize that grief is often followed by something else: financial pressure. The bills don't pause because your family is hurting. The mortgage company still wants payment. The electric company still needs payment. The grocery bill still exists. Your car payment is still due. And if the person who passed away was bringing in income or even just part of the income, the pressure can show up fast. And that's the part most people don't talk about enough. Not because it isn't important, but because nobody wants to imagine their family having to live through it. Let me tell you about a woman we'll call Sarah. Sarah and her husband had built a life together. Nothing extravagant, just a normal family life, a house payment, a couple of cars, a routine, a budget, plans for the future. And like many families, they believed they were doing okay. They talked about life insurance before. They even had coverage through work. They had every intention of doing more later. But later never came. When Sarah's husband passed away unexpectedly, the first few days were just a blur. There were hospital calls, family coming in from out of town, funeral arrangements, paperwork, people bringing food, everyone saying, "If you need anything, let me know." And then life goes quiet. That's when Sarah sat down and started opening the mail. One envelope after another: mortgage payment, utilities, car payment, insurance, credit cards. And in that moment, reality hit her in a way that it hadn't yet. She wasn't just grieving her husband. She was staring at the financial life they built together and wondering how she was supposed to hold it up by herself. She found out that there was some coverage, but not enough. Enough to replace the lost income, and not enough to take the pressure off. Not enough to let her breathe. And that's the part that breaks my heart about stories like this, because Sarah doesn't think that she was doing nothing. She thought that they had time. She thought that they had enough. She thought that there would still be there later. And that's why I say all the time the most expensive word isn't about death. It's about later. Because later is what families say when life feels busy. Later is what couples say when they assume they have more time. Later is what prevents parents say when they know they need to revisit coverage. There's always another bill, another practice, another errand, another reason to wait. And then one day, later can run out. The tragedy in stories like Sarah's isn't just the loss, it's the financial panic that follows because the plan was unfinished. So, what's the lesson here? It's not just about buying life insurance, it's bigger than that. The lesson is this: don't leave your family with uncertainty. Ask yourself, if something happened to me tonight, would my family have enough? Would the mortgage still get paid? Would my spouse have time to grieve without immediately panicking about all the bills? Would my children's lives stay stable? Do I know exactly what protection I have right now? Because the goal isn't just to own a policy. The goal is to create breathing room for people you love if life changes overnight. Protection is about peace of mind. Protection is about stability. Protection is about making sure the people you love aren't left trying to hold everything together while their world falls apart. Sarah's story is painful because it's preventable. No one can stop tragedy, but we can prepare for the financial impact that it leaves behind. We can make sure our spouse isn't sitting at the kitchen table opening bills and wondering how they're going to survive. We can make sure our children don't feel financial weight of a loss on top of an emotional one. We can stop telling ourselves that later is guaranteed, because it isn't. The greatest gift that you can leave your family isn't confusion. It isn't uncertainty. It's a plan, it's protection, and it's peace of mind. So let me ask you this. If your family had to open the mail tomorrow without you, would they be financially okay? If the question makes you pause, don't ignore it. Comment protect below if the family comes first. If this video helped you think differently, hit like and subscribe for more family protection content every week. And if you want help reviewing what you already have or figuring out whether your family would actually have enough, call me or text me at 317-800-9235 for a free family benefits review. There's also a link on my profile. Because the goal isn't just to say that you love your family, it's to make sure you're protected when they need it most. Protect what matters most.